Alrighty, so this video today comes to us from Mintskull, which is somebody who is very, very lovely and has always been very, very kind and lovely to us whenever we react to their videos. Very, very awesome founder, content creator. So now, more than ever, make sure you hit that link that just showed up in the Twitch chat up above. If you're in YouTube in the future watching, it is down in the description below. And you should like and subscribe to this content creator to make sure they are supported, or else you're a freeloader. And I hate you. There is no joke. You're the worst. I don't know. Right, see you, Sylvia. I appreciate you. Rest well, friend. Nice having you about. This video from Mintskull is talking about what your killer main says about you, which I'm very interested to see the Xeno section, because that's it's mine. I'm a little scaled, but we will see. We will see.
The Trapper. Trapper mains are the classic. Either you
Night,
just
KJ,
started playing, or you're a veteran that's been playing for ages. They are all patient. Not because this character rewards patience with a good setup, but because you have been waiting 7 years for behavior to finally buff this character.
Yeah.
And yet, you still don't start the game with all bear traps in your inventory by default. Despite wanting behavior to change the Trapper, you haven't changed your build yourself for months. And you feel adventurous anytime you remove corrupt intervention from it. The Wraith.
Trappers that Trapper mains in 2023 are like, those are powerful individuals. They're unaffected by the forces of time and space. Like they exist in their own little pocket dimension and they do their own thing. What's your thing with the ducks?
Huh?
What's your thing with the ducks? Like water? Be the duck because their feathers are what?
Their feathers are waxed.
Wax.
So when they get wet, the water just off their back.
That's Trapper mains. Just unaffected by meta changes. Like just, I'm doing my own thing. Me put down trap. Me be sneaky. That's what they do. Me put down trap. Sneak a trap here. You run into it. Me hook you, and they've been doing it forever. Water off their back, man.
I'm going to be
I
honest,
love that term, tertiary.
being a Wraith main in 2023 and 2024 is like playing Mario Kart and choosing Mario with the standard card.
Simple
Seriously,
creatures, yes.
Wraith is the easiest and most safe pick there is. It's the pick
I like that they made Wraith not terrible, but he really is the most brainless killer in the game. Like I give Sadako a lot of crap for being the most brainless killer in the game, and in terms of powers, yes. But like in terms of just like overall gameplay versus what you get out of it, like this character is just like literally like you need like one brain recall to play him and succeed. Like no exaggerations. My ex was Wraith main, so sounds about right. Ah, got him. Hey, you, whoever you are, if you watch my videos, hey, fuck you. Fuck you for earning my friend. I wish bad things for you. I hope you're late on your taxes. I hope you step on Legos. I hope you're going into the kitchen today with your socks on and you get your socks wet. I hope bad things for you.
For those that are super vanilla and think that mayo is too spicy. Some of you probably only play Wraith to tunnel survivors and spam your bell to be toxic. Or you just want to play in autopilot mode since you don't want to invest much mental power in your matches. Of course, there is an extremely high chance you will be running Sloppy Butcher and maybe Hex Noed. The Hillbilly.
Yeah, my boy!
Hillbilly mains are based. I can't say anything negative about it.
I said this in the last video that we reacted to like this, but Billy mains are either like the chillest, most fun and cool people in the world, just like very down to earth, very funny, just like going for funny stuff, or they're like the most entitled crybabies in the universe because they're like, I found a character that everybody should like, and if you don't play the exact way I want, I hate you. Those are the worst. Those are the worst.
Them because it takes some guts
to
like
the pick me group,
that is so difficult and punishing to use. Also, Hillbilly mains are by far the closest you can get to a cult because everyone knows each other. They are the most willing to help you learn Hillbilly and become better at the game. All of them know the struggle of being a Hillbilly main, and if behavior dares to nerf even the least used add-on from him, there will be
riots.
They
won't do that again.
The nurse. I know that a lot of nurse mains have the stereotype of being absolute soulless tryhards that feel no emotion after winning 500 matches in a row with the exact same playstyle, skin, and build every match.
the male nurses are scary.
To complain that survivors DC the moment they hear the nurse screech. But There is also a small minority.
This is gonna sound weird. It's a bad I kind of like nurse matches. I wouldn't say like I'm having a great time, but like I know the match is gonna be over in like 2 minutes and I get to queue again. Not bad. I'm like, hey, it's gonna be over in a minute. Woo! I'm not stuck in like a really long match with a character that I'm miserable with, right? Like I get to get out. I get to go home early. Right? I go to my job I hate, but like I get to go home early. It's fine.
that only plays nurse because they like her Victorian visual aesthetic and are also into choking. The shape.
Did you hear that? Because I heard that. Anybody else hear that? Okay, that was a statement of all time. Yep. All right. Anyways, back to the react. Me slay. Picking up the nurse.
Michael Myers mains, I feel like they are the old heads of the game. They are most likely the players with the most amount of age by average, are married, and have children, and they consider Halloween to be an all-time classic for the horror genre, to the point they know Myers doesn't look very movie accurate.
I was talking about this the other day and it was freaking you guys out. I was like, Myers isn't that tall in the original. And you're like, what do you mean? And they're like, yeah, Myers was like 5'8", like 5'9", 5'10". Like he was not that tall of a boy in the original. Everybody's like, what? But she towers over Laurie. I'm like, Laurie's like a teenage kid. But like, yeah. It wasn't until like Rob Zombie and stuff. Well, I guess, yeah, I mean, even in Halloween like 4 and stuff, he was like really stocky. It really wasn't until like the later Halloween films that he starts getting like taller. Like, Myers was not that tall.
Myers mains will also try to make the match as terrifying as possible for survivors, even going into roleplay a bit. The Hag.
Yeah.
You can't call yourself a Hag main if your Hag doesn't look like the craziest abomination ever conceived. That's half the gameplay of the Hag, as the other half is just trying to use your traps in a smart way at the start
Original
of the match,
mains, I'll say it again.
to end up trap camping the first survivor you down with 4 traps all over the hook, and God forbid if you have the basement nearby. But camping is not why you play the Hag. You play her because the satisfaction of instantly hitting a survivor after they get jump scared is so rewarding. The Doctor. I personally have never met any Doctor mains in all the time I have been playing the game, but for some reason I find that the Doctor is that character that annoying people use. Ooh. I am serious. There is something about a power that disables your interactions and a power that helps you.
What I have realized mostly with this killer is, like, we were talking about this earlier with a lot of people, is like, it's kind of like I want to play not a super simple character like Myers or like Freddy, but I still want to have like start to learn M2s. Like I want to have a M2 that's actually like kind of useful and nice, so I can get used to using powers in this game. So he's kind of like a very like a lot of, he gravitates a lot of like new players to him. So yeah.
And players with the press of a
any
button,
game, I don't think so. I wouldn't say that, Dex. I won't say that.
Just perfect for those that want to open the game and be the reason some survivors DC that day. The Huntress. Huntress is
true,
that character
their
that
really
anyone
long.
can enjoy, and the peak of power design in my opinion. You can be new at the game and find her so
Huntress mains are like either just like, you know, she's still consistently one of the most played characters in the game typically. Like she's always top 3, top 5. But like Huntress mains are most of the ones I run into are just like, hey, guess what? I'm running Oops All Aura Reading and I'm going for shots. I'm like, yeah, you and everyone on this fucking planet, literally all of you. Like you're like it like we were talking about Billy's being pick-me's. Huntresses are pick-me's. They're like, look at me, I'm so special. I can go for orbitals. It's like, yeah, you're like the 18th, 19th, 20th person that I've seen in this month on Twitter, on Twitch, going for orbitals. Like, you are not special. You are not special. Dude, people have been making Huntress montages since the character's been out. Like, this is not new shit. It's really fucking not. And you think you're the most special little snowflake on the planet because, ooh, I hit a cross map once. Like, brother, everybody's been doing that since release of this character. You have not done anything new or interesting at all. That's why so many people, like, they get into, like, the content creation game and they pick Huntress and they're like, okay, here's my montage, or here, I'm posting my clips on TikTok, and nobody gives a shit. Because this has been milked to death, right? This has been milked to death. This whole, like, I'm a Huntress main and I go for crazy shots, this has been milked for death. You got Ralph, you got Coconut RTS. I liked Moody Joe until she stopped playing. Or plays less frequently. But, like, I feel like I hear a content creator come and go like every other, like, week of, like, oh, this Huntress main is pretty good at hitting orbitals, and then I don't hear from them ever. Because guess what? You're a dime a dozen. You are the McDonald's of killers. I go there for my $10 Big Mac. It is not for anything good or of substance. I don't know. You're not special if you can hit crazy shots on Huntress. You're just not.
That you decide to main her, or you could have thousands of hours in the game and constantly show your orbitals and snipes on Twitter and YouTube.
Yep.
And when you get those Hunters mains as a survivor, you will finally see the game as a horror experience, since you never know where the next hatchet will come from. Also, you absolutely despise distortion, and you will groan anytime you don't see all 4 survivor auras at the start of the match with Lethal Pursuer. The Cannibal. Boba mains never take the game seriously.
I'm gonna say this as somebody who main Huntress. If you have aura rating, orbitals aren't that hard. Cross mapping, not that hard. It's really not that difficult. That's why they post so many clips. That's why you see so many of them. It's actually not that fucking difficult. It is surprisingly not that hard. So that's why you see so much of it. Everybody's like, oh, look at that. I'm like, yeah, you saw exactly where they were. Once you get used to how the hatchet feels, like, yeah, you can hit those. Like, anyways.
They know they have the stereotype of being campers and tunnelers, and they are proud of it. If you think the anti-camp system harmed them, you are wrong, as they have adapted to camp from afar, which is stronger anyways. At least that's from a survivor's point of view, because I know some Boba mains have honor, and they know he's actually a really strong chase killer. The Nightmare.
I wouldn't say he's strong. He's average. He's okay. He's okay. A lot of his strength lied in the fact that he could face camp, but he can't do that anymore, so it's okay.
Originally, I just wanted to make fun of Freddy mains because basically nobody plays him,
Hey!
and he's so boring.
Hey, I have a lot of Freddy. Sorry, chat. Don't listen. Listen, you guys are chads. Love you.
To play. But truth be told, I think being a Freddy main is already depressing enough, knowing that not only you are probably never getting any cosmetics, you are also not getting the original Robert Englund version of Freddy, complete with voice lines, unlike Chucky. I just hope that one day I look back at this part of the video and it has aged like milk, and that the future rework they are cooking for him makes him finally so fun to play.
That'd be cool.
That you no longer feel shame in being called a Freddy main. The Pig. I am sure that you are the first one in the room to laugh at a Nerf the Pig and Boop the Snoot joke, and you're definitely not tired of hearing it constantly anytime any topic related to the pig comes out in an online discussion. You are also probably pissed.
I'm like, stop booping me! People try to boot me like match start. I'm like, let's play a little bit first, okay? Like, well, I'm not doing a farm game. Like, if you want to boot me later, go for it. But like, we're not doing this whole like I'm throwing the match thing. Like, please. I'm down to clown. I'm down to mess around. But like, let me play the game a little bit first. Like, geez.
Mains have such a bad stereotype of being Freddy Kruegers in real life, since Pig is a fun character to play with.
Ow! If you guys have had any sort of like presence or understanding of the the content creator drama that's existed in DBD's history, that was a pretty good joke. That was, You snuck that one in there. Did not go over my head. I got it.
The clown.
Nobody say anything.
Clown.
Oh, fuck.
The trapper.
I hit my keyboard, but nobody say
But
anything.
Truth be told,
But
a Snoop
yep.
joke. Type of being Freddy Krueger's in real life, since Pig is a fun character to play with. The clown.
that's bold. If you know, if you know. Yep. If you know, you know. If you don't, I'm not telling you.
Change depending on their loadout. Some clown mains are chill. They find his laughing after every hit fun, and the fact that he has a super easy power.
Is that weird? When I used to play the whole roster and I didn't just like main Xenomorph and like only like how to play other people occasionally. Like I liked killers like that. I tertiary Deathslinger. My favorite M1 killer was Cloud. It's just easy to enjoy somebody who loves their job, right? Like you're gonna tell they're having a good time. He's like, he's having a good time. He enjoys what he does. Anytime Deathslinger kicks a jet, he's like, like, homie likes what he does. It's endearing.
Power to play with makes him easy to pick and play for when you just want to play some matches in DBD.
Yep.
But then we have the true clown mains, those that use the most busted perks like Save the Best for Last combined with Rapid Brutality with the Hindered add-ons, and that have amazing precision with the bottles, which make the match for survivors absolute misery. But you don't care, since after all, Clown is considered low tier, so nobody has the right to complain.
I feel like people that place Clown low tier don't get the full extent of the character. They never read the Clown guide. I feel like he's higher than he should be on a lot of tier lists. Or lower, he's lower than he should be on a lot of tier lists. People should put him way higher.
And you feel empowered when they do so. The Spirit. I'll say it, I think the players that still use Spirit nowadays after all her nerfs are actually based.
Based? I don't know. I think that you could say based. I would say they weren't ever in it for the power of the character. They were in it for the visual design. If you catch my drift, the visual design.
Crank add-on, because you will get cancelled that
Whoa,
same day.
why are we on Wesker? What did I, what? All I did was change scenes, relax.
To be
Chill.
the Spirit.
The visual loading glitch. Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
say
that.
it, I think the players that still use Spirit nowadays after all her nerfs are actually based.
No.
Yeah, she's strong,
They're just
but
down
she's
bad
not
is what they
free
are.
as she used to be, so if you still play her regularly, that's because you actually enjoy playing as a scary ghost that can teleport with such high speed, and love her visual design and cosmetics.
I think the biggest red flag is when somebody calls her Rin. I'm like, you're not her friend. You're not her boyfriend, dude. What the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, my Rin. I'm like, what? It's, whew. I'm like, you frequent DBD Gone Wild, huh? Don't you?
You also probably have the breathing and moaning
And
of
you're
all
blocked.
survivors ingrained in your brain after chasing them and hearing them for so long. Too bad that she is an accessibility problem because her entire gameplay is sound-based. The Legion. The Legion mains change drastically depending on who you are maining. If you are a Frank main, you're probably constantly asking the devs to add pools of blood during Frenzy. If you are a Julie
Hi, Tat. That was for you. I got that one.
main, you have good taste. If you are
Julie's my favorite. It's like she's the one that's actually evil and kind of pulling the strings. She's actually that one.
a Suzy main, then you are either an e-girl or a weeb. And if
Oh, well, everybody likes Susie. Everybody like Susie's my favorite because I want to be different. It's like, yeah, well, you picked the option that everybody picks, so like, good job. You pass-failed successfully.
you like Joey, you're edgy, but you have
Joey's
good
my
taste.
second favorite. Joey's cool.
However, what you all have in common is that I can guarantee you have used the Legion as a profile picture in some social media at some point, or you straight up tried to cosplay as them during Halloween or thought about it.
That's
The
true one.
Plague.
The cuck.
All Plague mains started as just regular DBD
Sweatiest-
players who bought
sweatiest
her because she had
group
good
of community.
perks,
Like,
found
sweatiest
the
community
idea
of killer.
playing as
Hate
a
'em.
tall lady from the past that can vomit on survivors as fun, only to end up falling in love with how unique her gameplay is compared to the rest of the cast. You also know her entire speech and can hear it in your mind whenever she performs this animation. The Ghostface. Ghostface mains have a lot of variety inside their group, as they heavily depend
Abominators,
on the
yeah, that's right. I
cosmetics
forgot
they
about that.
use.
That was a good
The
one.
vast majority of Ghostface use the classic robes with the What's Up mask, and they will play chill and sometimes just do fun shenanigans with the survivors. Then there are
Like
the
earlier
devil
announced like
face
Ghostface. I'm like, come get in the Mori. Hey, come here. Come be in the snapshot. Come be in the picture.
mask, and those are tryhards that will play with the most busted
Yeah.
add-ons, will have you 99% constantly so you get insta down without even noticing, and they will say GG in the endgame chat. Finally, we have the Viper Mask Ghostface, and those are the most edgy ones, most toxic, and most likely to buy an injected account with hacks. If you use any of the other masks, you automatically turn into the casual Ghostface main. The Demogorgon.
Demogorgon.
Kinda crazy how when I made my first video, Demogorgon mains were extinct.
Yep.
And now we have a huge influx of new potential Demogorgon mains
That's
that
great.
are positive, and they are probably the happiest mains in the entire game. However, there is a small group of hardcore Demogorgon mains who are extremely mad at me right now. Why, you might ask? Because I intentionally chose save the best for last for my build, and for those players
We were talking about this earlier. We were doing a match where you were like, you put save the best for last on demo. And it's like, yeah, like if you're foregoing shreds just to get stacks, like, yeah, that's stupid. But if you could use it responsibly and just go for shreds whenever it's optimal and just kind of gain your stacks naturally, yeah, like I feel like it's one of those things where people just hate save for the best for last now, and it's just coming out that way, and it's not actually a demo. They're called out. Hey, you did say it. Shoe fits. Shoe fits, buddy. Fits. I don't know.
this is a worse fate than death. The Executioner.
Oh,
Be honest with
Angry
me.
Dorito Man.
When was the last time you heard someone say that they are a Pyramid Head main?
Fury!
Exactly.
We love Fury.
They are the silent but deadly types that no survivors complain about because Pyramid Head is regarded as strong but not overpowered, since he has no add-ons.
See, there it
to
is. I just don't like
abuse.
Stabiffle.
And talking about add-ons,
I know my
you
stuff.
probably only use the range add-ons for Pyramid.
Well,
and
it's
you
just
have
those are
all
the only ones that are good.
3 outfits for him already purchased. Also, they still cannot forgive behavior for nerfing his rear muscles. The Oni.
Hey.
Some players see Oni as sweat lords that want to play a
lot of
strong
them are.
killer without them being S
lot of them
tier.
are.
And also that they are constantly slugging survivors and cannot get
A lot of them
any
are like, hey, this is cool if this hits. I'm going to go for that flick. And others are like, Club Oni. It's like, you're either one or the other.
less than a 4K. For others, Oni mains are giga chats that enjoy playing DVD to become better with the flicks and crazy plays, and will never tunnel or camp. The only thing in common between these two is that both are weebs that will probably have anime avatars in their Discord accounts. The Death Slinger.
A lot of weebs.
Slinger mains are just refined Huntress mains. They feel like the next step in the evolution.
That is true.
For
There's
those
a
who
lot of
want the
overlap there.
same satisfaction of hitting survivors from afar, but didn't have enough with just throwing hatchets. No, Slinger mains want to shoot guns instead of
Pew pew.
throwing axes, and they will know every single crack in the map where you
Yeah.
can get a spicy shot. And if they do get one, don't worry, you will know, as they will post that clip on every single piece of social
Yeah.
media they have.
Ral,
The
whenever
Blight.
Ral's around here.
What can I not say about the Blight? They are the killer equivalent of tryhard Nias with neon clothing.
Yeah.
They are extreme
that's
sweat lords.
That's a really good analogy, actually. They really, because like tryhard blights, like we were talking about with Huntresses, like tryhard blights are a dime a dozen. Like there's literally 12 million of you, dude. You're like top 3 most played characters in the game. There's like millions of you. Like first comes to mind like Lilith Omen, cracked blight, John Toomey, really good blight main. But like, there's so many like content creator Andes. They're like, hey, I just hit this really cool flick, and I'm like, yeah. So like you and the 39 million other ones that exist on Twitter, like, what are you getting at? You are literally bargain bin text. You literally, it's all bargain bin text. It's all bargain bin stuff that I've seen before, posted by people that are way better than you. So yeah, who cares?
that will constantly use one of their busted add-ons that are still not nerfed to this day. They will play with some extreme filters in order to see survivors.
You guys remember the mac and cheese match review? You guys remember the mac and cheese match review where somebody sent me a filtered blight? It was on Cold Wind, and they were playing the whatchamacallit, the Birkin blight, and we made fun of them for having a mac and cheese filter because it was deep orange. It looked like Cheeto dust. It was ridiculous. That was a hard match review to get through.
Better, they are constantly recording so they can post their clips on YouTube with funk and trap background music, and they will kiss the floor where Lily's Omen stepped on and will treat every single word he says as if it was gospel. The twins. There are two types of twins mains. The first one is the twin main.
The one twins main and the other twins main. That's the two types. The one guy and the other guy.
That is a fun streamer and loves to snipe survivors with the gremlin and will constantly post her amazing shots on social media. The second type of twins mains is the one that posts very
you've never adjusted your monitor settings before, Dex?
Of the characters.
You ever adjusted your brightness on your monitor?
And lately has started to play Skull Merchant and enjoys her a lot. You might be wondering why these descriptions are
you never
so
mess with your
specific.
monitor ever. In the
Well,
history
that's
of
because
owning
there are
any
literally
TV
two
or anything.
twins mains in the entire community because no one wants to play this glitch fest of a character that even behavior knows is messed up. The Trickster.
What?
Trickster is like the ugly duckling of Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, really
he was considered as one of the weakest and most unfun characters in the game thanks to his broken kit, but there were still people that mained Trickster because of his visuals and the charisma he uses, and now post rework he is strong as hell, easy to play, and suddenly everyone
I think is a good summary
like
twist.
an actual killer and not a joke. But you are sad because you love the Trickster more when he was an ugly duckling. The Nemesis. Nemesis gives me Golden Retriever vibes, in the fact that they are just tunneling players that don't do it intentionally to be
they
toxic,
definitely do it intentionally.
but just because they are programmed to tunnel and camp and nothing more. If you are a Nemesis main, share the nicknames you gave to your zombies in the comments, as I would like to see who has the craziest names out there. The Cenobite.
Coming for Reaper.
Cenobite mains are actually very smart, because they are playing a different game than most. The rest of killers have to defend generators and find survivors, but you also have to play the box metagame and slow the game down by making the correct choices and having enough precision with your chains. Funnily enough, I am sure not a lot of Cenobite mains have watched the original films.
That is true. I've seen a lot of Cenobite mains that don't even watch Hellraiser.
Also,
there's so many Cenobite mains that I know that actually go and watch Hellraiser for the first time, and they're just like, bro, and I was barely in it. I'm like, yeah, he's kind of like a driving force and not like a main character. So, yeah, that's how we've been knowing that. Sorry.
Waiting for behavior to add Butterbean and female Cenobite as skins. The Artist. There aren't many artist mains, which is surprising considering her visual design being so cool and how strong she actually is. But hey, that means behavior is
honestly,
not
I'm gonna say this, and I'm sorry, Stinky. Like, you're Stinky if you're still here, somewhere lurking. I find artist mains so obnoxious. Artist mains think artist mains think that they are 12 times better than they actually are. Like, if you ever actually watch an artist main play, after they've bragged to you about the potential of the character and how good they are with the character, they're always 12 times worse than what they said. They have an ego that is like, they won't be the loudest in the room, right? Those are like blight mains. Like, I hit that triple J flick and I'm better than you. Like, the blight mains will do that, right? Like, artist may be like, wow, artist has like such untapped potential, and I'm hitting those like those down shots and stuff, and it's like it's super cracked, and then like you actually watch their gameplay and they're just like terrible. But they do some cool stuff, and you're like, okay, like they are they always massively over exaggerate. how good they are in specific. I'm not even saying the character. They over exaggerate how good they are. And it's something.
rework or do any changes anytime soon, and I know you're happy about it because she's downright obnoxious to play against, but I'll let it slide because there are some cool artist mains that try to snipe and use her birds in a really flashy way. Something I did notice is that all artist mains have the best fashion sense in the entire game, and I must assume that they dress well in real life too. The Onryo.
If you main this character, I hate you. And I know, I see some of you, there's at least two of you, I know, every time there's a killer video, you wait for this part. You wait for the Sadako part, and you're like, hey, I made Sadako. Hey, guess what? You stink. You smell. You like easy games, and you like turning your brain off. You like flowcharts. You like not having to think and doing the same thing 12 times over. You're a Wraith main with extra steps. You little shithead. You come to me with your 4-page essay on my YouTube video. I'm not reading it. Submit that to your college professor. Because I ain't reading that shit. My teaching days are over. I'm retired. So have somebody grade it who gives a fuck. Sadako mains.
Sadako mains are a species in danger of extinction, since
World's
her
first objective opinion
has completely butchered the character and the reason why so many played her thanks to the skill expression that she lost now. But you're probably happy that Sadako is getting changed soon. The only Sadako players that still main her are those that enjoy how brain dead she is to play against solo survivors.
That one,
but hey,
Oreo
at
main,
least
but like how many
they
of them
nailed
was it?
her visual design and sound design, and you will never be tired of condemning survivors with that cool animation. Dead Red.
Hey, just before we get too far away for you Sadako mains out there, I know what all of your power boils down to. Whatever you have the keybind to, for me on mouse, it's my M3, it's my mouse button. Teleport. That's all you are. How does it feel? How does it feel that this is literally everything you are? A little button click? That's you. You're small to me. Anyways.
Dredge mains are those obsessed with monsters and being scary, but they also find monsters to be arousing.
It's only
so that's
slightly
why
dirty.
they
What
are
the
so obsessed with the Xenomorph Queen. Also, you cannot call yourself a Dredge main if you didn't buy every single cosmetic of theirs. There is nothing more satisfying than randomly catching a survivor
Lethia later.
But there is also nothing more frustrating
than
teleporting to the wrong locker while you are in a chase and have to wait the entirety of the slow animation just to wait for the teleport cooldown to come back. The Mastermind. You cannot call
Wesker mains are either just like the most brain dead tunnelers in the game, or they're like the clip farmers that we have mentioned a million times. There's no in between. You are one or the other.
Yourself a Wesker main if you didn't make your entire online personality.
Even when it's not winter, I use that skin religiously.
Everyone that you are a Wesker main by repeating the exact same quotes 24/7.
I'm just a little guy, complete global trans rights. Okay, I'm quoting a video in particular, but yeah, I do be out here using the Wesker voice all the time. There's that really funny clip. You guys, follow me on TikTok. There's a really funny clip of me being forced to roleplay as the killer, and I get blinded. I'm like, what? I brought sunglasses. This is bullshit. What are these for? It's true. It's so true.
Use the loose crank add-on because you will get cancelled that same day by the console of Wesker mains that know how to Eurobend, rebound, hook tech.
You say you know how to Eurobend? Like, Eurobend. You know how to Eurobend? Like, it's not like just slightly pressing, like slightly moving your camera, slightly pressing Q and E to very slightly move. Like, it's like the most brainless, easy thing you can do in the video game. I am surprised to me that people call Eurobending a tech, because I feel like it's just like, just do it. Just slightly touch your mouse so you actually hit the wall and not the air. Like,
what if I clip farm and tunnel?
What if I clip farm and tunnel? Well, you can clip these nuts for you. Thank you so much for the 27 months, though. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. Speaking of, you said Wesker and homie appeared. Hopefully you're doing well today. Hopefully your holidays have been great. Bran, hey, that was like the third one. I have an allowance. Don't make me get to my fourth out.
Gorbachev slide tech and skinny Wesker tech.
Oh, Skinny Bird's
also,
fun!
You try to parody his voice at least once in your life. Don't try to lie to me. the Knight. Okay, can we all agree that the aesthetics
Circa
of the
is
Knight
rating
are
me, rating me, rating me, rating me, rating. Yeah.
really
Watching
cool?
the video.
Even if their power is not that good for the game, the design
Sure.
is so cool.
That was the most
that I'm
condescending
sure
shirt
there
I've
are
ever
Knight
had,
mains
like,
that
in my
only
life.
like
Thank
him
you.
because of the visual
Not even a
and
kappa.
sound
Like, I just
design.
have to feel shame for that one.
However, there are two
Nobody's
things
like, why did I read you? Why did I read this person? Chad, I promised he was cool. I don't know why. I don't know what's wrong with him. Between me and my therapist, to be honest.
you need before you can call yourself a true Knight main. The first
Close to
one
a day main?
is that you need to never unequip Map of the Realm
Yep.
as an add-on, since it's so good and feels needed. The second part is that you must know the real name of each of the guards.
Oh
If
my
you don't,
gosh.
then you are
Okay,
not
okay.
a
First
knight.
off, I don't know what the assassin's name is. I don't know what the guard's name is. Or the guard's name, the scout guy. But Carnifex is a cool ass name. Carnifex is sick. That's a cool name. I know that guy. That guy I know. Big man on campus. I love that guy. Yeah, Knight still kill switched. It's been a while. I just want my nowhere to hide back, to be honest. I know it has nothing to do with Knight. Well, like, I just want nowhere to hide back. I love that perk so much. It is true. Most artists mains are like, I'm so good. And I'm like, no, you're not. Not really.
Main. By the
That
way,
is true. If you like
post
For Honor,
editing
that is- there's a
Mintskull
lot of
here,
overlap.
so they just kill switch the Knight, and I must assume you Knight mains are so pissed that so many
That
of
is
the
true.
community
That skin
are
is really sick.
celebrating it.
Very,
So
very sick.
yeah, feels bad. The School Merchant. Don't call yourself a School Merchant main if you don't have your hooks
Tyre,
covered
where's Tyre?
in Pride flags, because that's the first step in being a School Merchant main. The second step is making her be your entire personality, just like Wesker mains. But
I feel like, once again, I feel like half this video has been targeting people specifically. There's been content creator swipes like this entire go, and I've caught like at least half of them. There's probably more. I don't know what happened to like. Are you okay, Mintskull? You want to talk about it? Did you like wake up? Is there a xenomorph main here? Like, if we're on a xenomorph main, you're gonna be like, if you're a xenomorph main, you really like telling people you're the number 4 in the world. Like, am I gonna get shot out here? I'm starting to feel a little unsafe. I feel a little unsafe. You know I react to your videos. Am I about to get smacked? Or is it like the reverse? Like the reverse, where like I'm safe because you know I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, you chose violence today.
this time, fight anyone who dares to call Skull Merchant boring, despite you knowing very well that her power was flawed from the start. And I don't count post-rework Skull Merchant mains as real, because if you couldn't handle
Tyre's not
her
real.
at her worst, you don't deserve her at her best. Jokes aside, I
Ooh.
think
Ooh, that's powerful. That's strong. Yeah, you don't love me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. That's good advice right there. Good advice right there.
the only thing I can say that will resonate with actual Skull Merchant mains is that nobody understands why she didn't get any voice lines. Even the Lyra twins did, and they are survivors. The Singularity.
Three Geners.
Singularity mains
You're the new 3-gen
are the equivalent of Rick and Morty fans, where they think you need a high IQ in order to play him well, and that he is secretly an S or A tier when played right. Only
I can get
this
down with A
time,
tier, just like low A
they
tier.
are actually right, because you need other
Yeah.
role or have the mental capacity of a quantum computer in order to play him well and get the exact same results as you would just playing anyone else. So if you're
That's why I don't play him. I mean, like, I could play, like, people are like similar. Like, if you're telling me on all cylinders firing, it's like a Billy problem, you know? Like, there's a lot that goes into like performing well as Billy, but you're only a B tier. So like, why are you doing it? Right? Like, why not just play somebody who like Nemesis, just like tail slap, or not tail slaps. Oops, sorry, wrong character. Just tentacle slaps over the pallet and calls it a day. Why would you put yourself through that much agony? Right?
wondering why there are so little Singularity mains, you know why now. The Xenomorph. Xenomorph mains are just like Michael Myers mains, in the part where most of you probably are old.
I main both, and I'm not old. Am I old?
You literally call.
But am I actually old? Like, objectively?
I fight you on it.
Okay, so like, no. Not old.
And have a stable marriage. But this time,
Did you know we have a stable marriage? I wasn't aware. You what? You what were you gonna say? I don't know. I lost it.
You're more of a
What age are you? I'm 28. 28.
sci-fi movies than horror fan. Xenomorph mates
both.
have probably been asking for this DLC for so long.
Oh, it was
So
my dream chapter. It was my dream chapter. 100% right. 100% right. It was my dream chapter. You know what's funny? People tell me I don't look 28. Especially when I shave. Old in internet years, you're old. Can't say. But hey, what matters is that I thought it. It was not that count.
Most of you are pretty happy, despite the community not liking the power of the alien,
Yep,
and also the fact
I'm
that
tremendously.
Ellen doesn't have her likeness. And then there are those
Yeah, I love
of you
Ellen.
that are still mad at behavior because they removed the ability
Right, yep.
to hit survivors behind walls by curving the tail from the top. Also, there is
Wait. Run that by me again. What did you just say to me?
the ability to hit survivors behind walls by curving the tail from the top.
They removed that? I think I just did that the other day. Unless he's explaining it incorrectly. Maybe he might be explaining it incorrectly. I feel like I did that the other day.
Also, there is no
Dark. I feel like I'm misunderstanding what they're saying. I feel like I'd have to have a conversation with them.
chance you haven't bought one of the skins for them.
They're like 25? Hey, thanks. You seem pretty. Wait till I shave. I look very young.
the Queen or Great Xenomorph.
That's why I always have facial
And
hair.
most likely, your second most
Xenomorph
wanted
is me.
DLC is the Predator.
Yeah, you're right.
The good
You're
guy.
right. All right.
Chucky is one of the most fun characters to be ever added in the game.
No, God. I mean, maybe to play as, but like play against. I would rather grow up.
With the cool voice lines, the fun third-person view that makes him so unique, and I am sure some of you haven't even watched
I know,
the
I'm hurt.
original movies, yet you find Chucky to be so fun that you are considering it. However, as of making this video, Chucky was hit with an unexpected nerf that has united
By the
all
wasabi
Chucky
spoon?
mains
Yes.
against behavior, because everyone can agree the problem was the
That broke me in. You know, after that, I tried a wasabi peas and I went through like half a bag. I was like, this is nothing compared to what I went to before. Like, I just completely ignored. Like, this isn't a full spoonful, so I'm good.
boring gameplay and not the Chucky flicks. Either that, or you're just playing Chucky right now because he's the newest character to be added to the game, and you will probably main whoever comes next for a week.
Yeah. Okay.
Agree.
I'm disappointed. You yelled at for the Xenomorph thing. Yeah, this is fairly accurate. I think the highlights, of course, being that like, hey, artist mains think they're better than they are. Not. Huntress mains, you're a dime a dozen. Stop pretending that the stuff you're doing is cool, because everybody has done what you've done, except probably better from a different creator for years. So please stop posting the clips about it everywhere. Nobody really cares. So, yeah, those are kind of the two. Yeah, he did Bubba. He did Bubby. Bubby was up here. Yeah, he did Bubby. Bubby was up. Yeah, mostly accurate. Mostly accurate. There were a lot of call-outs in this. I'm sure people will, stay civil. Stay civil if you caught those. Keep it to yourself. Let's not cause any extra drama. You can help it.